boys and girls. Welcome to our Wednesday video. I didn't bring the caterpillars and the praying mantis up for you to see because nothing has really changed overnight. Our caterpillars, although Augie, when he went to bed last night, he said they grew a bunch just within one day. But we'll bring them for the video for tomorrow so you can take a peek at them. We don't need to look at them every day. But Erin took her assignment of making a butterfly life cycle very seriously. And we've been talking about shapes. And in the Google Classroom, there's the geometry unit. And we talk about flat shapes versus three-dimensional shapes. So flat shapes would be our books. Our books are two-dimensional. They're flat. We can touch both sides at the same time.
And 3D is like this.
Right. 3D would be something that we have to grab around and our hands don't touch when we're doing 3D. So we decided to make a 3D model of the life cycle instead of a 2D model, because when we did our bee life cycle, we did a 2D model on the hexagon. So this time we chose to make a three-dimensional model.
And it's a circle shape.
I actually found this on Pinterest and there was printouts, but we don't have a printer, so we tried to recreate it. We tried. I think everybody can understand not having everything. Here is our life cycle. Oh, eggs. There it is.
Caterpillar, chrysalis, butterfly, and I did all of that color.
Yep.
Except the middle.
And Erin wrote and sequenced all the words.
With one of her pens.
Yes, she was allowed to use a pen for this one. So on the top, you can really look at it and see the full life cycle. But what's fun is it's like a little model of the life cycle too. I don't have a document for this, otherwise I would have passed it on. But we just kind of looked at it. I can put the link that we looked at, and we just kind of recreated it ourselves with a whole lot of tape. I don't know if you can see it on there. We had a whole lot of tape to make it happen, but it came out really cute, and Erin was proud and wanted to share it. Today, we're going to go back and keep talking about our spring theme, but we're going to go back to flowers and growing a little bit. So this book is part of our kindergarten curriculum. I just happen to have a copy at home. And we were going to read it this spring, so it's perfect. Zinnia's Flower Garden. Thanks, Augie. I love the illustrations in this book because there's part of it that are drawn, and then there's part of it that they like impose with photographs too, so you'll have to keep your eyes open for that. All right. Spring has arrived. Zinnia's getting her garden ready for planting. She digs up the soil and turns it over with her shovel. She takes out stones and rakes the dirt smooth. The warm sun feels good as she works. We worked out in our yard on Saturday and Sunday, and that warm sun felt great. There's some of the tools that she uses. So she has a garden journal where she does her planning.
Not that much on me on that hot day.
A shovel, fertilizer, a spade, a hoe, a little rake, a big rake, a wheelbarrow.
Is a spade basically a shovel?
Similar, but it's flatter, and sometimes it has like a really sharp edge.
Oh.
Most of the time. Zinnia carefully plants many kinds of flower seeds in rows. She covers the seeds with dirt and pats it all down very gently. She sprinkles the ground with water.
Pictures!
So there are more of the items she uses. So she waters them, garden gloves. Here's her journal. Her journal says, May 3rd. Hey, that was just 2 days ago. Very busy planting my seeds today. Such hard work.
Pictures!
Yeah.
Here. Pictures.
Zinnia waits for the seeds to sprout. The seeds need the sun to shine,
Pictures.
the rain to fall, and many days to pass. It's hard to wait so long for her seeds to grow. There's actually a little diagram of clouds too here, because it talks about the different clouds that happen during the springtime to produce rain. So there are the stratus clouds, the wispy ones, the cumulus clouds, which actually contains a lot of liquid, the cirrus clouds, those are the wispiest of them all, the nimbus clouds, which actually have the rain in them. And She also has her journal down in this corner, and it says May 12th, rain all day. Ugh, but it was good for my garden.
Picture.
That's how we felt. Okay. That's how we felt last week when it was raining so hard, but I was like, oh, my tulips might really like that rain. Oh, and then here is the other side of her out in the rain looking at her garden.
Pictures.
Yeah, there's real life pictures. All right, both of you take a step back.
I'm pretty sure she was
Thank you.
named after a flower because one of them says
Zinnia's is a flower. You're right. Every day, Zinnia checks her garden to see if anything's happened. Look, the first seedling is poking its way through the dirt. May 20th, my first sprout today. Wow. And what is in the soil all around her sprouts? You can see
Dirt.
how it germinates, which means how it grows. There's the seed, a tiny little root, a little more root, a little root, and a sprout. But what else is in the soil besides the seed?
Worms.
Worms! Why are worms an important part of a garden?
Because
they fertilize it.
yeah, because their poop is our dirt.
Their poop fertilizes the soil.
Right, and when they're eating their way through the dirt and then fertilizing the dirt, it kind of aerates the dirt and it gets turns up the soil and keeps the soil nice and nutrient rich, full of all the vitamins those flowers need. Here's Zinnia and her pets looking at the sprout. So when it just pops up through the earth, it's called a sprout. Now Zinnia's garden is full of green sprouts growing towards the sun. That's why they grow up, is because they want to reach the sunlight. Little stems grow taller. Little leaves get bigger. Little roots burrow deep down into the earth. Lots of sprouts now. I can't even count them all. And you can see the progression. Progression means how it grows. Little taller, roots bigger, little taller, much taller, lots more roots. And there she is. I can tell by her face she is feeling excited.
Yeah!
Zinnia takes care of her garden every day. When the sun is hot and the soil is dry, she waters her thirsty plants. June 17th. No rain for a week. My garden is so dry. Those flowers will need some moisture. There's her big hose and her sprinkler.
Where?
Okay, relax, Augie. We haven't gotten there yet. And then here's the other side. Augie was yelling pictures because the leaves are actual photographs that and collaged onto the page with their drawings.
Pictures!
Okay, Augie, we already heard you.
Pictures.
She pulls up pesky weeds that try to crowd her plants. She inspects them for greedy bugs. She measures how tall her strong and healthy plants are growing. Every day they get bigger and bigger. July 7th. My sunflower plants are so tall. I hate weeds. She talks about, she inspects them for greedy bugs. I thought bugs were good, like bees. They pollinated. Why would she be talking and calling the bugs greedy?
I know.
Okay.
Because some of the bugs are pollinator predators.
Can you talk in a normal voice?
Some of the bugs are pollinator predators.
What does that mean?
They eat pollinators.
They eat the pollinators. And some bugs aren't pollinators and they just eat the plants and don't pollinate. So not all bugs are pollinators, and it's important that you keep the good bugs and get rid of the other bugs. Here are some cool actual photographed pictures collaged. See if I can get close enough so you can see that it's a photograph.
There are also black and gray photographs over here.
Yeah, I think those might be illustrations still though.
Well, like sketches.
First thing in the morning, Zinnia runs to check her garden. She's excited to see little buds growing on many of her plants. July 18th. My zinnias have buds. I wonder what color they're going to be. So buds are the very start of a flower. Here's something cool too. At the bottom of the page,
Pictures.
they show the life cycle of a caterpillar. Why would they show that when we're talking about flowers? We're not talking about butterflies.
Pollinators.
Yes, because butterflies are important pollinators in order for the flowers to grow and bloom. So the buds she's talking about, When the plant starts to grow out of the ground, it's called a sprout. But when you get these tiny little guys at the top of your plant, those are called buds. Those are the very start of a flower. And then at last she finds what she's been waiting for, the first flower. One bud has bloomed. How beautiful, and what a sweet smell. There are many more buds will soon open. July 25th, I'm sorry. My first flower today, and lots more to come. Amazing, a big monarch butterfly landed on my finger. Oh my goodness, so now on this page there's a diagram of a flower. We can see all the parts. This part of the flower is the pistil,
which is where all the pollen comes from.
Mm-hmm.
The stamens give away the pollen.
And where do we have a stamen on this page? Yep, stamen's over here. So that's these little guys right here are the stamen. The pistil is in the middle of the flower. Here's the petals, stem, leaves, sepal is, I believe, what those are called. Yep. Filament is the stem of the stamen. The anther is at the top of the stamen. Wow, so many parts just to one flower. There's an actual photograph of her flower with a drawn picture of Xenia.
Some flowers can actually have like thousands of stamens.
Photograph.
The garden grows and grows with blossoming flowers. Xenia paints, reads, and picnics among them. Butterflies flutter, bees buzz. Xenia's garden is her favorite place to be on those warm, sunny days. August 11th. I love my garden.
Hey, that's my brother's name, except without the
Yes.
August.
August is his full name.
And some flowers actually don't even have one stamen. Don't have one stamen. They just have a pistil.
Interesting. Her flowers are abundant, and Xenia cuts some to arrange into bouquets. Bouquets are like a group of flowers that you cut off and then you'd give to someone or bring in your house. And Xenia cuts some to arrange into bouquets. The fragrant scents of the flowers swirl around her in the warm breeze. The scent meaning the smell. Let's look at some of the flowers. She has cosmos, marigolds, sunflowers, snapdragons, zinnias, that's what she's named after, black-eyed Susans, pull your finger down so people can see, I'm pointing, sweet pea, sweet williams, and aster. Wow. And here she is cutting down a sunflower for a bouquet.
Those are huge.
One hot summer day, Xenia has a lemonade stand and puts up a sign. Pick your own flowers. Customers come and gather bunches of flowers and drop money in a jar. Don't forget to smell the flowers. August 28th. Busy day today at my stand. Everyone loves my flowers. Oh my goodness. So she let people come and cut their flowers, and then they paid her some money for them as well. It's a nice little side job for the summer. Pick your own flowers. There's her lemonade stand and flower stand. She's a business lady already. In autumn, we've gone from spring to summer to autumn. What's the one season that we haven't talked about in this book?
Winter.
Yes, winter.
Winter.
In autumn, it gets colder. Xenia picks the last flower from her garden. She finds ripe seeds that have formed. They are ready to be collected. She's going to save them to plant next year. October 13th, lots of seeds. I'll leave some for the birds. So at the bottom it shows us there's the flower. As the petals fall off, the middle part of the flower stays. It dries up into these little pods, And then from the pods is where the seeds fall for next year's flower. Interesting. Here are a dandelion. These itty bitty little things that fly off of the dandelion, or you'll hold it and you'll blow and they all fly all over. Those are the seeds for that plant. The seeds for this plant are in like a little pod. You crack them open and there's little seed pods inside. Each plant has its own little different type of seed. Here's Xenia in the fall with the leaves falling and her collecting seeds. The winter day, oh, we did hit winter. The winter days are short, the sun is dim, the ground is covered with snow, but Xenia is already planning next year's garden. When spring comes, she will be ready to grow her very own flowers again. And here's kind of like the life cycle through the seasons. So winter, this is what the ground looks like. Spring, early summer, summertime, late summer, and then that is autumn or fall. Here she is in the winter, making her garden plan with her garden notebook. And pictures of all the flowers she's grown in the past.
My favorite type of flower, actually, when we used to grow them in our garden, we actually picked them in the winter when they were easiest to pull off.
The seed pods?
Yeah.
Yep, we waited till they dried out and then we pulled them in the winter.
Yep.
So here's your challenge today. You might not be able to do this all in one day. You might have to do some research and maybe even if you're ordering your groceries online and not going to the grocery store because it's not the safest place, maybe talk to mom and dad and see if they can help you with this. I want you to look at the parts of a flower. So the most important parts of the flower are the seeds, the flower, the stem, the leaves, and the roots down deep. I set up a little piece of paper like this. It says, I can eat a whole plant. There are different seeds that you can eat. I would like you to go on and invest.
Flower seeds.
Yes, thanks for giving away the answers. Now we're not going to tell anymore, okay?
Okay.
There are different types of seeds. It's not just sunflower seeds, but there are different types of seeds you can eat. I want you to write down what kind of seed you can eat and draw me a picture. Then there are flowers that you can eat and you probably eat regularly and didn't even realize that they were a flower. I want you to research what flowers you can eat and draw me a picture and write it down. There is stems that you can eat. We have stems in our house right now. They didn't even realize it until we were just talking about it.
I knew of a stem.
Of course you did.
Broccoli.
Nope. Broccoli's not a stem. Broccoli has a stem. That's true. But not what I was thinking of. But I want you to look to see what stem you eat. Draw me a picture. What leaves do you eat? You eat leaves probably regularly. What leaves are you able to eat? Draw me a picture. And what roots? What are roots that we eat? There are plenty of roots that we eat. I want you to investigate, figure it out. What roots do you eat? And I want to see if you can kind of make yourself a picture of your own little salad using the parts of a flower. Seeds, flower, stem, leaves, and roots. That's your assignment. Bonus points if you actually make a salad and actually eat the parts of the plant too, because it's healthy for you. All right, you guys have fun with that project and we'll see you back tomorrow. Bye.